Of course he's a shill.
You're just saying all that crap for views. Psst. Low key, guys. I'm saying all this stuff for views, but don't tell anyone.
You're being toxic.
You're just.
Oh no, I got hands!
The fuck?
I got hands in this!
Toxic.
Weren't you featured on somebody's channel recently? Shit, gotta take my shit down!
Yes, they create drama.
Okay, that has what to do with his products? I was laid off, and you know what? It was the best thing that ever happened to me. Why?
I'm just saying, it's better to spend my money on toys than strippers and blow.
Why does it have to be one or the other? What kind of statement is that?
You're toxic.
What has left?
The hiss take. I've got it. Ha 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 ha. Hurrah for me, to hell with you.
You know what? What you say doesn't really affect me that much.
Psst.
By the way, that's advice the entire internet should take.
Hasbro's doing great.
They're making less than they were 2 years ago.
But so what? They're doing better than 2002. That's up, baby.
Are you fluffing kidding me right meow? Hey everyone, welcome. And today I'm going to take a look at Ilgar from Mythic Legions.
Stop, you're going to be toxic.
What the hell are you talking about?
I already know you're going to say it's too much.
Well, I mean, I did pay money for it, and if I feel it's a little overpriced, I do have the right to say that.
No, you don't. It's all relative.
Relative to what?
Relative to taste.
Okay. So, my taste is this is overpriced.
No, it's relative. You can't make that judgment.
Yeah, I can. It's my money.
No, you can't. You can't. It's all relative.
You're not making any sense. If it's all relative, then, yeah, it's my opinion. I have every right to say it.
Next, you're going to say that it has bad articulation, like it's very outdated, just like that shill.
Well, now that you mention it.
I am done with you. You will be destroyed.
You okay?
Performance anxiety?
You know, 1 in every 5 men.
Shut up! Damn you! I will get you someday. You wait and see.
Okay, sure. Alright. As I was saying, Ilgar, which I'm probably pronouncing his name wrong, is here from Mythic Legions. Yeah, and well, there's a lot to say on this one, so let's get started with it. Who is he? He's the most notorious and brutal warriors of the northern kingdom of Vikenfell. Ilgar was not to be stopped by death itself. I think they're trying to say cannot be stopped by death itself, but, you know. Anyway, thanks to a deal struck with Necronomicus' son, Malleus, he was reborn as a shambling skeletal semblance of his former self, now more bloodthirsty than ever before. Ilgar is one of the congregation's most savage fighters. Okay. Yeah, to me, I was just like, I don't want this skeletal warrior, you know? Cool. Okay, so we might as well go over packaging. Okay, it's packaging. I mean, what else can I say? It's packaging. Let's move on. Alright, and here he is out of the package. Now, the first thing I noticed was that he's a lot more colorful than I thought he was. Then I went back to the press pictures, and yeah, there's something in the lighting. It's taking the color away from the figure. It's not showing, well, quite as much paint detail. I couldn't even see the orange until it was pointed out. It's really strange, and I'm not sure what to think of it. But, I mean, you know, I might have bought this figure sooner if I thought he looked the way he looked. Well, anyway, he's one of the few figures that can actually hold his sword on his side. That's cool. I dig that. Alright, he's got this nifty shield. It's okay. I wish it was a little more detailed, but I'll accept it. Nice axe. I like that. The sword is really cool. The dagger is really cool. He's got this ugly head with these wings beside of it. I'm just like, that looks bad. I just don't like it. That was another thing that slowed me down from buying this figure. I just didn't like that head. It was just... Why does the skeleton have a head with a beard? It's just weird to me. And then these pauldrons that go on the shoulders. Now, there's a weird thing here going on, and you have to really look at the figure to see it. But if you look, it looks like there's some kind of moss or mold on him, which I think was purposeful. But very, very oddly, the back is clean. It's really weird. It really stops on the arm. And it's really confusing because the pauldrons have it on there. It's much lighter, but it's there. And even the boots have it on the back. I mean, it almost looks like they were trying to say, well, he was kind of in ground and the moss couldn't grow on him, mold couldn't grow on him or something. But nothing in his bio says that. So it really comes across as kind of, well, to be blunt, a Hasbro trick. Because if you ever notice, sometimes with like things like camo or certain designs, they'll paint the front and not the back. It's a cost-cutting measure, so they don't have to use as much paint. And without a real explanation, that's kind of what this seems like. Now, I could be wrong, but I have no other explanation. I mean, he also suffers from that skeletal bicep that is not a skeleton. I can't believe there's... I mean, the first time I saw this, I was like, you gotta be freaking kidding me. And then I keep seeing it. I'm like, yeah, this is stupid. This is a bad design for a skeleton. Now, I'm sure the argument is, oh, it has to be that thick to be sturdy. Well, I mean, other companies have figured out how to do skeletons, is all I'm saying. Now, does that make this a bad figure? No, not at all. A bit disappointing, though. And now that I see this, which borrows heavily from the other skeleton that I got that was $44 with no paint apps, I gotta really wonder about that $44 price tag on those. Those should be much cheaper. Because there's not really that much more here. I mean, I will say one thing I do like is that the sword is rusty. I mean, that's cool. I dig that. It does confuse me, though, whenever you see the dagger is not rusty, nor is any of his other equipment. I mean, the dagger looks brand new. I mean, now you could explain that as, you got it later, but still, it's kind of annoying. I mean, he's not a bad figure. He's not what I expected. In some ways better because he's much more colorful than I expected. I do like the orange and the bronze. I think that's a pretty nifty combination. I like it a lot. And the little touches of brown. I mean, it all works. But in the end, I mean, he's a little bit of a letdown because of the painting. That's all I know how to call it. An inconsistency in paint. I mean, especially when you stand him up against... I know Mythic fans are going to get mad. You stand him up against the Royal Guard of Savage Crucible. That's consistent paint. That's really awesome. I mean, that's what I'm saying. I realize you got a limited budget, but you got to figure out ways to do this. It would probably have been better without all the mold anyway. Really think about it. So, I can't say recommend. I can't really recommend this figure, but at the same time, I can't not recommend it. He's just okay.
Hey, what do you mean?
Look, I mean, I'm just telling the truth. It's not nothing against you. It's just there's some realities here.
Well, I can't help it.
I didn't say you could. I'm just meaning, let's face it. They failed you a little bit.
Yeah, okay. I guess they did.
I mean, I think you could be a lot better, but I've also seen a lot worse. So I guess that'll wrap up this look at Mythic Legions. Don't forget to do all that YouTube stuff, and you guys take care, okay?
You go ahead and laugh. But when next we meet, I'll have my ultimate weapon. A full diaper.